Hey there, Jess here. For those who don't know me, I'm a nutritionist, personal trainer, and Pilates instructor. My fiance Matt and I have co-owned a gym together for the last 5 years as well. And I feel like every year when it comes to my New Year's resolutions or reflection, I am always setting the intention of posting more on social media, focusing on our marketing, even though that is the side of our business that we least enjoy. Fun to scroll, not so much fun to plan. And this year I wanted to make things a little bit different. I really enjoy making content, the filming part of making content. I love making recipe videos for you all, different posts when it comes to food, training, so on. But editing in the background, planning all these short form posts is something that I really don't enjoy. And I decided this year I'm just gonna do the thing and start posting some longer form videos where I can take you along to cooking some recipes and actually film things a bit more real and organically instead of perfectly curated for Instagram, TikTok, etc. So this is just me welcoming you to hopefully my stay on YouTube, taking you along with some like weekly cooking videos and anything you'd like to see in the more lifestyle, nutrition, fitness space. So stay tuned. I'm gonna take you through tonight's dinner now. I'm just about to start cooking a chicken schnitzel eggplant parmy. So I'll give you a run through as I go with that. But I just thought I'd give you a little intro on the aspirations for this channel and this year. Stay tuned. So tonight on the agenda, I'm cooking some chicken schnitzel. We're going to make it into an eggplant parmy. So I'm gonna cut some thick bits of eggplant up, pop them on top once that is cooked. I've also got a bolognese sauce that I will scoop on top and melt some cheese on top in the air fryer once that's done. Honestly, this is probably one of our, if not our favorite meal of the week at the moment. We've been probably having it every single week and it is so easy. You can of course crumb and do the schnitzel yourself. I've been getting the macro-free range ones from Woolies just to save time on a work night. I really can't be bothered. What you're gonna learn very quickly with me is I'm gonna find the nice balance between getting some really nutritious and nice ingredients in, but also not slaving away on your food. I don't like to spend longer than half an hour and normally less on my meals, especially dinner. We're gonna be having that with some veggies, some corn, some broccoli, and some carrot. And then I will also do some mashed potato. I can't remember if it's sweet potato or white potato, but you will find out soon. So I'm gonna start by cutting up the eggplant. Just for the sake of saving time, I do actually put the eggplant in the air fryer while where is my knife? While I fry up the schnitzels on a pan. I just find it's a bit easier. Then the air fryer is already warm to melt the cheese because the cheese on the pan doesn't melt as nicely as it does in the air fryer. And then it crisps up the schnitzel nicely as well. I do nice thick bits of this eggplant so that it gets like really gooey and caramelly. Once it is cooked, I'll probably do like 4 pieces so we can do 2 big pieces on top of each schnitzel. I will grab some baking paper and a tray. Do you reckon 2 schnitzels will fit on that like that? Yeah. Some baking paper to put on the tray. I will give it a little spray with some olive oil. Typically going to use baking paper in an air fryer. Make sure it's not overhanging or you may burn the baking paper. I've done it many a times. I'm gonna put the eggplant on the baking paper. I'm gonna squeeze this in. Oil spray, give it, oh, that is empty. This is what happens when you live with a male. Full spray, empty sprays. And now I'm just putting them back. Let's not continue the cycle. All right, spray with olive oil. You could also drizzle olive oil over the top as well, but I find that is a lot easier. I will pop that in the air fryer for probably a good 15 minutes on a high temp. Then it's time to cook the schnitzels. I like to actually use olive oil when I cook the schnitzel so it gets a little bit golden, caramelized and, not caramelized, kind of crunchy. And I find that it needs a bit of oil to do this, otherwise it does just burn on the crumbs more so than it cook nicely through. Probably use about a tablespoon of oil, and then if I feel like it needs a dash more, I will pop that in. And then while the schnitzels are cooking, I will cut up some of the veg, get the mashed potato ready. So by the time this is done, layer it up, put it back in the air fryer, and then it should go in for maybe max 5 minutes more. Shouldn't be more than about 20-25 minutes cooking time, including those eggplant pieces and the melting of the cheese. I normally just microwave the veggies covered for about 3 to 5 minutes. We like them quite soft, but you can do them for as long as you'd like. The shorter, the softer, the longer, the harder. Nope, that's not right. The shorter, the harder, or crunchier, the longer, the softer. And then I'm just grabbing, I got a pre-done mashed potato. Obviously, same thing goes here. I'm finding the lazy quick options for tonight, but you can obviously do these yourself. Put in the ingredients exactly as you want, or just using potatoes to mash. But we use the Woolies one here. Easy peasy, 4.5 minutes in the microwave. So once this is done, I'll pop that in, then the corn in. By the time I've done that, the schnitzel should be pretty much ready, eggplant should be pretty much ready, and then we're ready to go. Now the schnitzels are ready to flip, and we pray that we don't burn ourselves with the oil, but we all know that we will. Oh, I stand corrected. Gonna wait for them to look the same on the other side, then I'll be ready to put the eggplant on top. Done. Now it's just a matter of putting everything together and putting it back in the air fryer for another like 5 minutes max. So we've got our eggplant looking delish. Just toss that to the side for a moment. Schnitzel. Looking nice and crunchy. So what I like to do is just put the eggplant on top of the schnitzel like so. Plant just sits on top like that. Yum, that looks delish. Then I will just put some bolognese sauce on top. Tip, if you can't open the jar, just give the lid a little knock. Or a little bit more. And it'll help loosen it. I put a couple of tablespoons of this over the top so it's nice and covered. This is just the Macro brand again, certified organic bolognese pasta sauce. Not that it needs to be certified organic, unless that is what you'd prefer. So I'm popping plenty of this. I probably use maybe like no more than a quarter of the jar. Once it's on there, make sure it's spread over the eggplant and the schnitzel. And then typically I like to use shredded cheese on top of this. I feel like it's a bit nicer, but we are out and all we have are slices, so I'm just going to put a slice broken up on top of each. Yum. And then I'm going to put this back in the air fryer for another like 5 minutes, wait for that to get crispy and golden. Then everything else is just chilling over here, getting ready to be served up. And we'll put it all together and it's dinner time. Like 5 minutes max. We'll see how that looks in 5 minutes. We'll wash up in this 5 minutes. And I'm sure Matt will be very happy about that because he's always complaining that I leave the washing up for him, which I very much do. And then we'll serve up and be ready to eat. Now we serve up. Whoops. Halve the mash. Halve the veggies, and then I'll plate up the schnitzels with a little bit of pepper on top. Yum. One schnitzel. Two schnitzels. And a little bit of, oh, we're nearly out of pepper. A little bit of pepper on top. And that's dinner served. Hopefully Matt is home very soon because it is hot and ready to go. But this is a closer look. The schnitzel, the melted cheese. Looks delish. Yum. I am so excited to eat this. I'm gonna continue to make videos running through meals just like this. There'll be a little bit of Pilates content, a little bit of fitness content, all gonna be sprinkled in there. If there's anything specific you'd like to see, any recipes you see me posting about on Instagram or elsewhere, please let me know. But I'll take you along for most of our regular meals, especially dinners. I feel like they're the main ones that are hard inspiration-wise, but I'll give you plenty of little recipe ideas as I get my creative self back into the kitchen. Thanks for joining me and stay tuned.